Let's go back to the beginning. Back to when juicy tracksuits ruled all our lives. Let the cringe rain down and wake our ick. Let it chase away our bondage hats. 'Cause I wanna be with Stephen, that'd be so sick. Let the cringe rain down with BB dubs. We're BB dubs.
Wow, did you all love that theme song?
Thanks to Stacy for writing the lyrics to this Gorgina throwback that we all know and love so hard.
Did you feel like you were at Laguna Beach?
I actually did. I feel like I'm kind of in Laguna Beach right now.
Oh, really? Because all the flowers and the sunshine?
Yeah, the colors, the sunshine, our little green juices, looking at my beautiful blonde wife.
Shea cooked us up some green juice, which I was like, so California.
Yeah, because you guys know, usually for regular Blockbuster Wives episodes, we have a little cocktail, sometimes themed, sometimes not, and I just felt like we should have a little something different for Laguna Beach. They wouldn't have drank alcohol.
Oh, no. These kids are never drunk.
No, they don't party.
Oh, man. So, Shea had the brilliant idea to call this little thing we're doing our side quest series.
Yeah.
And I am so excited to kick it off with Laguna Beach, a show that I was obsessed with.
As was I.
Came out in 2004.
Oh, my God.
So we were 13 years old, like primo target demographic.
Holy shit. So we would have been in 8th grade?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Okay, if you got... we need to insert a picture of us in 8th grade because we were wearing the conch necklaces. We were...
So when this came out, actually, we were going into freshman year.
Oh.
Because I turned 13 the summer after middle school, and so did you.
Yes.
Yeah, so when the show came out, September of 2004, we were experiencing our first year as high schoolers. So just imagine the impression this left on us.
That is insane. And I'm thinking about the fits we used to wear, the places we used to go, what influenced us so hard. And honestly, it was anything related to the beach, California. Like, these teens, essentially.
These teens, hella, and I think you will be brought back in such a way. It's gonna shake you to your core, I think. Because just to kind of recap where we're at currently, I wanted to rewatch this because I just happened to rewatch it with some friends while we were in California because someone told me it was on Hulu. And I was like, what? How did I not know this? Mm-hmm. So we started watching some episodes and I was like, whoa, wow. I feel like I've just opened the door to my high school room and I am just like there like swimwear.
Which was bomb, by the way. Loved her room. But
it was pink and gray and like I had hearts scribbled all over it. It was very MySpace, very cool.
It was cool because there were like different sized stripes, much like this.
Oh yeah.
I'm pointing at one of her walls in here. And there were random hearts that were drawn everywhere. Like she was just like so cool and hot. And she had like different like posters of bands that she liked and like
I did what I called was the hottie collage. I'm sure I wasn't the first to call it that.
Oh my God.
But I would literally like meticulously Photoshop a bunch of pictures of dudes that I thought were hot into one big collage that I'd print out and put on my binder or my bulletin board or wherever.
Yes. I forgot that you did that. Oh my God. Well, I'm really excited to dive right in because, like, you know, Stacy and I are all about nostalgia. I know all of you guys are as well. Laguna Beach was a staple that you'd watch after school. I know we did. We both did. And I haven't watched it since then. So this is like a time capsule of our youth, like of such an important time in our lives. I'm really excited to dive right back in and see, I don't know, like experience it through my adult eyes and be like, holy shit, Shea, like, why did you like this?
Yeah, and I think it'll be really interesting because I rewatched the first season.
Yeah.
So it's fresher, much fresher in my mind.
Yeah.
But you haven't watched it forever. So I think it'd be really fun to just see, like, what do you remember sitting here now? Because I think it'd be really funny to look at, like, what you remember and, like, what you were thinking post watching the show. So, like, sitting here now, what do you remember being, like, kind of the main thing about Laguna Beach or what you thought of some of the main characters or whatever?
To be honest, I, like, barely remember any of the characters other than Stephen. Was Brody in this, or was he just in the hills?
I think he's just in the hills. He wasn't in season 1.
Okay. Because I do remember Brody Jenner at some point, but I wasn't sure like when he came through. Obviously Elsie, obviously Kristen Cavallari or whatever her name is, and then like some of their little friends I do remember like popping in there. Like Audrina, is she in that?
I think she's in the hills.
Okay, so she's only in the hills. Okay. And then,
and see, what's funny is I've never watched The Hills, so
Yeah.
I don't have any, like, hills pollution. I feel like I'm a Laguna Beach purist.
Oh, okay.
But I think it might be fun after this to watch The Hills with this, too.
Oh, we have.
But how many seasons are there? Is it, like, a lot?
It's like 2.
Oh, okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not a lot. Maybe 3, but I think it's like 2 at the most. But nah, like, I genuinely don't remember a lot. I remember, like, I'm having flashbacks of, like, them going out to eat a lot, and I was like, how the fuck do they have money for this? Mm-hmm. Them, like, going to maybe, like, little club hangs, and I was like, how the fuck are they getting in here? I remember...
Oh, yeah, their parents are barely in it.
Okay.
It's
so they're, like
this posits a world where, like, teenagers are living on their own with fully funded bank accounts and cars, and they really don't need adults. Like, they've got it all figured out.
Of the 714.
Right, which I think had a profound impact on us because we're like, oh, that's how you live life. Okay, fuck off, parents. We're gonna like go out to eat and
we're
drive
gonna
around
do whatever we want. Fuck off.
Go to Cabo.
But yeah, I genuinely don't remember much. I remember there were some fights of like, I like him, I do too, and like just little things like that. But I really don't remember any of the storylines other than Kristen and Lauren like hating each other. That's kind of all I remember.
Do you remember what side you were on? Team Elsie or Team Kristen?
I definitely was Team LC, but...
So was I, and I cannot wait to hear where you're at the end.
All right. I'm stoked. Because I know when I watched The Hills more recently, like a couple years ago, I was like, wait, why did I like LC so much? She's a bitch. So, can't wait to see an even younger her.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just really excited. I just know this is going to be so fun for us to reminisce.
Well, and I got so into this after watching it that I started listening to Back to the Beach, the podcast with Kristen and Stephen.
Yes.
Where they go through and watch all the episodes.
Oh my God.
So if this is tickling your fancy, please also listen to that. It will be very different because they, in my opinion, are in full-blown denial about this show. And they try to act like it's all fake, but then they'll say things being like, well, yeah, that did happen, but it didn't happen that day. Or, well, that's true, but they asked me to say that line to, like, explain it. And, like, I wasn't portrayed fairly, and blah, blah, blah.
Dude,
and
shut up.
Guys, just admit you were, like, annoying teens. It's fine.
Most people that say, like, no, it was all, like, the edit, it usually isn't.
Exactly. And I think that The Hills was... But something to understand about Laguna Beach, which they do talk a little bit about this in the podcast, but I've also read articles about it, is when MTV went into this high school, it was after the success of the show The OC, which was scripted reality drama. Mm-hmm. And they thought it'd be cool to do a reality show about, like, the real kids of OC. Like, what are they really like?
Yes.
And so MTV brought in a camera crew, and at first they were working extremely closely with the school. And the school had control over, like, the applications and, like, the filming, and it was going to be filmed at the school.
Okay.
But right after they picked who they wanted to be in the show, the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake wardrobe malfunction occurred.
Yes.
And it freaked out everyone at the school, and they thought, they're going to show our kids naked. MTV can't be trusted, because I guess MTV put on that halftime show. Or, like, it was heavily associated with the halftime show.
Okay.
But that wardrobe malfunction, which was Justin Timberlake's fault, okay, everybody, look it up if you don't know.
Yeah. What a fucking idiot.
After that happened, the parents in the school freaked out, and they kicked him off campus, and they're like, you cannot film here. We're not going to work with you anymore. You are not allowed on the grounds. So it looked like the show wasn't going to survive.
Got it.
But then they were like, what if we just pivot? And we don't make it about their school lives, and we just film them on the weekends.
Which, by the way, is way more fun and way more entertaining.
Oh, yeah. And because up till then, the reality programming on MTV had been basically just like True Life, everyone thought it was going to be like that.
Yeah.
Hold, please. Okay, yeah, so MTV True Life was their reference, so they thought it was going to be like that, which, if any of you have ever watched that show, or if you don't know... It's pretty grainy footage. It's not really, like, high-quality footage. It's edited pretty shoddily, and it's, like, they're, like, half-hour episode.
Right.
And that's it.
Which wouldn't be the format at all of the show anyway, even if it was just of the school.
Right. But the kids didn't know that. So they filled out their applications thinking, oh, it's just like True Life OC. It'll be like a one-off thing.
Right.
And they got offered $2,000. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. But then filming went on for so long, but it was only on the weekends, that they were like, okay, whatever. And they didn't really think anything of it.
Yeah.
But then when they saw the pilot, and it was like these gorgeous cinematic shots, like it looks amazing even now. It looks really like slick and cool and like nothing like True Life.
Yeah,
like it looks like a movie.
Yeah, True Life is very like gritty, like documentary style,
right? Which is what they're expecting. And then when they saw this like cinematic masterpiece, they're like, holy shit,
what the fuck.
And then after the pilot came out, they're like, we've got picked up for a whole season. And they were like, a season?
Holy shit.
We thought this was going to be a one and done.
And how old were they? Like 16, 17?
They were either 17 or 18.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine, dude.
And they thought they were like getting one over on MTV by making $2,000. Like they were like, these idiots. Like,
you fucking
they're going to give me $2,000 to like film me for one episode? Like, dum-dums.
And that was way more then than it is now.
Yeah, but little did they know it was going to spark a fucking sensation.
Holy fucking shit.
They have not disclosed how much they made for season 2, but they've all just said, like, we made a lot more for season 2 because we knew what they had going for them.
What I keep thinking about is, like, what if our lives were filmed when we were that age? That would be nuts.
Yeah, especially to not only have it be filmed, which I think would be cool. Please listen to our prior episodes for Shea's dreams of having her life filmed. But then to become really famous, and like change your life.
When you're that young, it could be a great thing if you utilized it in the like quote unquote proper way. But when you're that young, you make a lot of like one-off decisions that maybe you're not thinking about long term, and like I know I would have been a fucking dum-dum about it.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're kind of in denial on the podcast. And sometimes they express gratitude, saying things like, we're so glad this was filmed, like our graduation is on camera forever, all these special moments are captured, which is nice.
Yeah.
But then you can tell they're still mortified about some of the things that went on, and I feel sad for them that it seems like they haven't quite gotten over it or like processed it, and they're still in the first stage of grief denial.
You're like, no, but it didn't even really happen like that. It's like it actually. You're literally saying it did, but
right?
Okay,
yeah. Just because they had to record lines to go along with the story doesn't mean the story didn't happen.
Right.
So
come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to get started because, it just again, time capsule into our youth that I can't even fathom, honestly. And I know I'll be like, oh my god, like I'm sure I'll remember all the episodes because we watched it religiously like every day.
It was the first thing I downloaded on my iPod video.
Oh my god.
Which I think came out like in 2006 or something. Yes. And I was like, Laguna Beach, download.
Hell yeah. Well, we watched it so it only made sense, you know. I'm surprised I didn't like ever record it on VHS because I had one of those TVs where I could, but
Oh, speaking of VHS, is one of the things they talk about on the podcast is MTV would send them a VHS of the episode 2 days before it came out. So it's like too short to be able to do anything. They couldn't make edits, but early enough for them to kind of have a jump on what was going to be seen.
Like to know what everyone's going to see.
I can't imagine the feeling of dread.
Oh, especially when you're young, like, dude, talking shit when you're like 16 and 17, brutal. Mm-hmm. And like you would hear what everyone is saying about you when you're not there and vice versa, and like, oh my, I can't even imagine.
And just saying, nobody really, very few people like seeing or hearing themselves on camera.
Yeah.
So to be 18 or 19 and it just must have been so brutal.
I know, my god. Poor kids.
But Justin Timberlake changed the course of our media lives.
I mean, thank you, Justin Timberlake.
Thanks,
but at the same
but no
time,
thanks,
you're a
you
fucking
idiot.
asshole. Moron. But
and like we were saying in the beginning, just the Cali obsession at this time was so high key.
Yeah.
You had Californication, Hollister, the OC, all the music was about California. Like everything was fucking about California.
Our whole style, our whole like music taste, even like the foods that were coming out were a little bit more like even like Sobeys, you know?
Yes.
Like Sobeys, or what were the other ones?
Snapple?
Snapple, definitely. And then there was another drink that like had a wait, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like that. Is it Jones soda?
Oh, yeah.
Like, just, like, little things like that. Surfing became, like, really huge. And just, like, even just, like, the prints we would wear. The flip-flops and fucking, like I said, conch shells and, like, certain things like that.
Range Rovers.
Bruh, people were wearing that on, like, the East Coast where it was cold as fuck. And they were still dressed like they were about to, like, hit the waves, you know?
So stupid.
I know. It's so wild. But, yeah. Again, I don't even know what to expect because I barely even remember.
I'm so excited for you.
Me too.
But y'all, if you want to hear this side quest, you do have to subscribe to our Patreon.
You do. Okay.
And for those who may not know, because we just kind of assume everyone knows what a Patreon is, but you might not know.
Yeah, let's explain it.
It's www.patreon.com, and it is a platform where all sorts of creators can put monetized content on. So you would go on that website, you'd subscribe to us, you just type us in the search box. We'll also have a link in the description of this episode. And you can join and patronize us at the $1, $5, or $10 level. No matter what level you join at, you'll be able to see all of the Laguna Beach side quest content.
Absolutely.
However, if you subscribe at the 5 or 10 level and you stick around for a while, you can get your own month.
That's right. And so we're already on our second Patreon subscriber month, but there's going to be at least a handful more this year at some point, and we want you to be one of those people. You know what I mean? So please subscribe. You can subscribe again for $1, an Arizona iced tea. You can subscribe for $1 and get all of our extra content. We're going to have new episodes, like every week, maybe every other week?
Something like that. And the podcast, or the podcast, what would you call it? Interface, like the way you listen to the podcast on the Patreon app is really easy. It's just like any other app. It's totally great.
Yeah.
Or you can listen on a desktop if you're kicking it old school. But I would recommend you just download that Patreon app, and then everything will pop up. It'll give you notifications. You can listen in the app. It's super easy.
Hell yeah. And we also have some backup content that you might have missed from the last almost 2 years.
Yeah.
We have a couple episodes.
We have a few things.
We have a full Wayne's World episode that we didn't release. Also, Hocus Pocus 2.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like, a handful of things already, but this one is like, we're really diving in. This is a brand new little side quest show. So we are coming out with very continuous episodes. So we're giving you a little bit more, I was going to say bite for your bark, but that doesn't make sense. We're giving you more content for your money.
Pocket. Face.
You know what I'm saying? There we go. Anyway.
So please join. Please come on this journey. Let's go back to the beginning, as Hillary Duff would say.
Yes, and as the BB Dubs would say, okay? Again, thank you so much for that theme song.
It was a delight.
I'm obsessed.
And you'll hear that at the beginning of every Laguna Beach episode.
Yeah, which you can only hear there. Okay, guys?
On Patreon.
But yeah, we love you guys so much. We hope that you join us on the side quest. And Laguna Beach isn't going to be the only one. We're going to keep the side quest going. So when Laguna Beach ends, there's going to be another show, another side quest.
Maybe the hills, maybe something you all choose. Let us know. What do you want to hear?
Yeah, exactly. Since, our Patreons, hit us up, give us some, requests, and we would fulfill those more than just, any old listener, I gotta say.
We wanna cater to you. Tell me what you wanna do.
This is your day, because everything that we do, baby, you blow me away. And at least you would if you paid $1 to $10 a month for our Patreon. Okay. Anyway, we love you guys so much.
Love you.
Can't
wait to
so
see you at the beach, babe.
And we can't wait to see all of our new Patreon subscribers today.
All right. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.